Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another Q8 pilot stream. It is 1800 Zulu, 2100 hours local time here in Kuwait City. We are currently situated at Brussels, Belgium, and today we're going to be taking a look at the excellent FlightFactor Boeing 777-200ER with the new engine pack, and specifically we're going to be taking a look at the Pratt Whitney, one of many engine expansions coming to the FlightFactor 777. Want to welcome all of you guys here in chat this evening. With me we have Flying Toaster, Stan. Hello, Stan. Rand Cooley, welcome aboard. Thomas 13. Sim Crash Flyer 297, Stefanos, welcome aboard, and thank you very much for your support. Appreciate it. Flybride, welcome aboard from the US of A. Welcome. Altitude X, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. 737SL, welcome. Glad to have you guys with me this evening, and we are going to first take a look at the exterior of the excellent FlightFactor, which, by the way, has received an update recently, bringing a number of fixes to the aircraft, and plus the engine expansion, which is, by the way, available to you for an additional $15. That will give you access to all the future engine expansions for the 777, and including the Pratt & Whitney, which we are going to be taking a look at today. Now, this is not just $15 is not just for the 3D model and the sounds, but the performance of the engine has been brought to about 3 to 5% of the real performance from the real aircraft and the real world. So a lot of work has been gone into the creation of this engine expansion pack for the 777, and we are going to be flying Austrian Airlines today from Brussels to Vienna in Austria. The scenery here that you're seeing is that of Just Sim, and without further ado, let's get started. Let's hop into the cockpit and get things started. All right, and in the cockpit, there's a bit of a sound here that I'm not sure why it happens when I look forward. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but it's a bit annoying. I'm not sure why that is, but first thing first, we are going to turn on the battery switch. I love the sounds on this 777. We're going to turn on the IFE pass seats, cabin utility, and we're going to also bring up the external power. Okay, very good. Let's bring up the electrical power. The ADDONS, emergency lights armed, window heat on. We can leave the hydraulics, and we'll leave non-smoking sign on auto. We'll leave the passenger signs off at the moment until we fuel the aircraft. And then we're going to come here and turn these switches on. There we go, everything on auto, and we can also put the engine NTIs on auto, and we can turn on the nav lights. All right, everything here is good. Let's go ahead and test the APU fire test and cargo fire test. All checks okay. Excellent. And let's cancel the master caution here, and we can now come to the EFB and configure the aircraft for our flight. I'm still under the weather, by the way, folks, but I'm feeling a lot better. Hello there, Doug. Welcome aboard. Hello, Oscar, and we have also Solo Boy. Greetings from the USA. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hello, Roy. Welcome aboard. And we have also Thomas Halbig. Welcome from Germany. Hello, Creamers. Welcome aboard. All right. So let's go ahead first and go to external services, Navigraph services, and of course the Q8 pilot channel is powered by Navigraph. Let's get the data here from SimBrief. And now we have the data here. This is the captain, the flight, and our route from Brussels to Vienna. Next, we are going to go to airplane. We're going to go to weight and balance, and we're going to say fill from SimBrief. Now we have our zero fuel weight, and the total fuel will go to the CG summary. And we are going to optimize CG for the flight. And next, we're going to go back here to the weight summary. Everything here looks good to me. Aircraft still isn't loaded, so let's go back and let's go to the loading page. We are going to use the simultaneous load just in the interest of time. So we
need to wait for the audio panel to work.
Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and click here.
Note the load sheet.
All right, so now we have everything here loaded and ready to go. So we can come back. What happened to the frames here? So we can come back here to the overhead panel and turn on the passenger fasten seatbelt sign. We're going to check the oxygen. And let's see here. We can get to that one. Perfect. So oxygen is checked. We'll put the load sheet on this side here and rotate it for easier access. And now the radio panels are coming on. So let's turn on our radios and right here. Perfect. All right. The flight deck door, let's go ahead and lock that. And we are now ready to start programming the FMC. All right. Okay, let's go to the FMC. And from the FMC, we have the latest nav database. We're going to go to position in it. We are going to enter Echo Bravo Bravo Romeo, which is Brussels in Belgium. We're going to put our GPS position. We're going to go next to the route. We are departing Echo Bravo Bravo Romeo, and we are arriving into Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey. Our flight number today is a fictitious flight number, Austrian flight, let's say 2564. And there we go. All right. Next, we can go to the departures. And today for our flight, we are going to be departing runway 25 right through the Sopo 3 Mike departures through the Sopo transition. We're going to be cruising at a final cruise altitude of 35,000 feet and arriving into Vienna runway 11 through the boat to Whiskey arrival and the Bodex transition. All right, perfect. PW on the Australian 777. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the departure here. We are going to select, let me make this a bit smaller here and bring it to the side. Let's see here. There we go. Much better here. All right, 25 right through the Sopo 3M. So next. There we go. That's our SID. 25 right is the departure runway. Next, we're going to go to the route, next page, and we can click here for the SimBrief flight plan and take a note of the path. All right, so Yankee 863, and then we're going to exit at Ropov. Excellent. And then from Ropov, it's Lima 607. Lima 607. And we're going to exit this airway at MGOD. MGOD. Excellent. Then we're going to fly direct to Bombay. And then we're going to fly direct to Barso. Excellent. And Exos is next. Exos. And then from Exos, direct to Lawler. Excellent. From Lawler, Rodap. And then finally, it's going to be direct to Bodex. Excellent. Next, it's the arrival into our destination today through the Bod to Whiskey, which is this one here. All right, there's no transition. It's the ILS 11, and I believe there is no transition. So we are just going to go to the route, activate, and execute. Let's go to the legs page. Let's take a look here. and make sure there are no discontinuities. Looks like there is one discontinuity here. So let's go ahead and select that and enter it here. And there we go. And now we have the flight path here. And there are no discos. All right, perfect. Let's bring up our radios here real quick. So let me just get here to the back and establish communication with the purser and the... All right, so let's go first to the cabin. Let's go to the directory, cabin inits. Let's see. PA in use.
Prohibited for the duration of the flight.
It is in use.
Thank you for choosing FlightFactor.
All right. Let's go back to cab init. All right, purser. And we're going to establish communication.
Good day.
Good day. Ready over here.
All right, so they are ready. Let's go to the ground crew as well. Let's go back to cab init. Right, ground crew. All right.
Hi, this is the captain. Hope you are all doing well today.
We are all here and ready.
All right, zero fuel weight is 370.5. 370.5. And the reserves for the flight is going to be our alternate plus final reserve. That's 12 tons of fuel. Cruise altitude is 350. And the cost index today for the flight is 108. All right, 108 is set. Thrust, we are going to derate our takeoff. And then we're going to go to takeoff 5 for our flaps. And these are our speeds. And the CG is, let's take a look here. CG, where is our CG? 31.6, so we're going to round this up to 32. 32, and that gives us a trim of 3.5. All right, let's go ahead and start the APU here real quick. And then we're going to continue with the preparation here. So let's come over here and APU generator on and start the APU. All right, perfect. And now we can set up the glare shield. Let's turn on our flight directors on and set the altitude to 35,000 feet. And the speed is 139. That is V2. All right, 139 is set. Cancel master caution. And there we go. Okay. Hello, Flopo. Welcome aboard. Hani Saleh, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening. Hello, Bradley. Welcome aboard, my friend. All right. So everything here is set. We can also set the altimeter, which is currently here in Brussels, is 1015. All right, 1015. We're going to switch this to hectopascal and 1035. Was it? All right, why is it not? All right, there we go. 035. Oh, sorry, 1015. There we go, 1015. And the first thing, the same thing on the first officer side. So we're going to switch this 1015. There we go. Excellent. And that is now set and ready to go. We can, we'll wait a little bit for the alignment to complete. Now, by the way, folks, this aircraft is equipped with an extended checklist. So if you go here and you go to the normal menu, there is amplified and supplementary and normal. So currently we're doing the amplified is a very detailed checklist, and it goes through the entire procedure. It's quite detailed. So I'll leave that for another flight. So today we're just going to do the normal checklist. So
Pre-flight checklist, please. Oxygen tested 100%.
Tested 100%.
Flight instruments set. Checklist complete.
All right, and the checklist is now complete. Let's go here to the legs page. We're going to put this on the VNAV page. There we go. And let's see, auto brake to rejected takeoff. And now I think the alignment is complete. And I believe the APU is now also available, so we can turn off the external power. All right, let's have our cabin crew take care of the doors. So let's go to cabin, cursor, and let's go
Would you
to
like something?
doors. And we're going to go to the next page and say close all
I would
doors.
like all doors to be closed now.
Certainly.
All right, so now this should take care of the doors. And then we'll ask the ground crew to close the cargo doors, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, there we go. Excellent. All right, so everything is set here. And let's go ahead and ask the ground crew to remove all the equipment. Now, we can do this from within the menu here, so I can go to ground crew. And we'll remove
Listening.
the GPUs.
Please disconnect the primary GPU.
Roger.
Right, then we can go back to the ground crew.
How can
and
I help you? How can I help you?
Please disconnect the boarding gate.
Of course.
All right, and one more time, we're going to go to
How can
the
I help you?
shocks.
How can I help you?
Please disconnect the shocks.
Got it.
Okay, let's go one more time here,
How
and
can
we're
I
going to
help
go
you?
to the close the hatches.
Close all hatches. We are ready to pressurize.
Of course, sir. Pressurize.
All right, so now the hatches are closed, and once the hatches are closed, we can pressurize the hydraulics. So now everything is gate is disconnected, and we can now pressurize the hydraulics. So let's go ahead and turn those on, and turn on the. There we go, and that should take care of it. Why is this off? All right, let's turn that on. All right, and everything is now ready to go, folks. We have everything set up, and we can now come here, turn on the beacon lights. We can do the departure brief, but just for the interest of time today, we're going to skip it. Okay, so let me just do one quick check here. Just make sure we're getting... All right, there we go. Yeah, it should be turned on, Thomas. That's something I've just missed. Hello, Chris. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening. All right. Perfect. So everything is set up here, and we are ready for push and start. So let's go back to the menu here, and we're going to select airplane. And from airplane, we're going to select pushback. And we're going to say start pushback.
We are ready for pushback.
Sir, set the brakes.
Parking brake is set.
All right. Okay. So now we have the pushback truck, which we can have fun with. And now it's a pushback simulator for you guys. All right. All right, here we go. Right, that's about right.
You are clear to release.
Parking brake release.
Yes, sir. Pushing the plane back.
All right. Here we go. You know, I quite enjoy this part. The part where you push back the aircraft. It's actually quite fun. Hello, Joshua. Welcome aboard. I tell you, it's really cool pushing back the aircraft out of its position. All right. All right, let's set the parking brake.
Parking brake set. Thanks. See you at the hand signals.
All right, and here we drive the pushback truck away. All right.
Much appreciated.
Sit tight.
Thanks.
Sit up for it, sir.
All right, and back in here.
Pushback complete.
Show me the pin.
Equipment removed, sir. Pin is in my hand.
Thank you very much.
Of you go. Best of luck on your trip.
Okay, I see it. Wave off. Okay, before start checklist.
MCP,
Set.
takeoff speeds,
Set.
CDU pre-flight, completed,
Completed.
trim,
Set.
taxi and takeoff briefing, completed,
Completed.
checklist complete.
All right, let's go and start our engines. And here's the fun part. Now, I'm not sure if this is correct. When you turn on the engines, I don't think that you should see this. But anyway. Those engine sounds are really, really nice. All right, there we go. Ah, you are right. Fuel pumps are good. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for that. All right, we have the first engine. I'm sure this is a bug. I don't think that it should display that way. All right, let's go ahead and start the second engine. Again, displays a bit strange. Hello, Omari Joseph. A very long time. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Glad to see you here. Hello, Josh. Hello, Unplane. You should stream the FlightFactor A320 with Cockpit Textures Pack. It's really fun to fly. All right, I'll consider that for a future stream. All right, and left engine. Look at those engines, guys. I love the Pratt Whitney engine sounds. They're just amazing. All right, I think we have a good start on both engines. And what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to listen to the engine sounds both from the inside and outside. All right, let me just remove this here real quick. And let's ask the cabin crew to arm the doors. Purser.
All ears.
Arm doors.
Yes, sir. All doors are armed and checked.
Right, doors automatic. Excellent. And now we can turn on the taxi light. Taxi light on. And we can turn off the APU. APU goes to the off position. And we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to enable... we need to set the trim to 3.5. So let's click here on... There we go. So we need 3.5, I believe. Let's double check that real quick. 3.5, yes. All right, so that's set. Stab trim is done. And next we're going to go to the checklist.
Before taxi checklist, please.
Recall. Check.
Checked.
Flight controls. Check.
Checked.
Ground equipment. Cleared.
Cleared.
Checklist complete.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and set our flaps to flaps 5. Right, flaps 5, and let's go to...
Takeoff checklist.
Flaps. Set. Checklist complete.
All right, and we've done now all the checklists here. We are going to put data, so we get the all the restrictions and the altitudes along the path, and we're going to set this to 250, which is the runway heading. 250. All right. 245. Yeah, Terry, 245. Yeah. 250. Okay. So, everything is set here. We are ready to go. And we can now release the parking brake and head over to the runway. Let's go. Listen to those sounds. Oh, yeah. Here, let me give it power. Wow. Those sounds are just amazing. I love the wing flex on this 777 by FlightFactor. It's done so well. All right, here we go. Right, let's ask the cabin crew to have their seats for departure.
Yes, sir.
Prepare cabin. We are taking off.
Very well.
Right, let's turn on our landing lights, strobe lights, and the transponder to TARA. There we go.
Approaching 19.
We need a stream on the Sparky 744. Okay. Well, that's something we can arrange.
Approaching 25. Right.
Right, that's our departure runway. Those engine sounds are just amazing. All right. We're cleared for takeoff. And toga. Ah, we need our auto throttles first. Now we can go toga. Check out the engine sounds, guys. Rotate. Buzzer rate. Gears going up. Was a little late there on the rotation. Flaps up. Ah, the takeoff speeds were deleted. That's why we didn't get the... I'm not sure why they were deleted. Alright, LNAV, VNAV, autopilot. I'm not sure why the speeds were deleted. Alright, let's clear that. Alright, there we go. How about that wing view, guys? The sound pack has been out for a few days, I think, now. Look at the wing flex here. And this is, if you've ever been in a 777, you will notice that the wing flex is just so... They've got it so right. You'll see the engine, you know, movement and the wings. It's just done so well. There, look at that view, guys. Wow. That is very cool. All right, Barrow standard here, and landing lights off. Runway turn off, lights off. And that's it. Everything else stays. And we're good. Okay, let's set the range to 40 nautical miles. Shane, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome. Q8 wondering if you can help. I'm having trouble assigning the trim switches on the TM Boeing yoke to the correct inputs on this plane. Nothing I do works and the manual doesn't give it. Could you share what you use for the assignment? I believe you need to set the axis. So if there is an axis on your yoke, you'll be able to set that up. Or if you have a button, like a button that moves in opposite directions, it's trim up and trim down, but you need to select the pitch trim. So let me, I'll show you that maybe once we, if you can remind me, once we arrive into our destination, I'll show you the commands that you need to map in order to get that to work for you. So no worries, I'll do that for you. So, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 Sim Update 1 has released, and I was actually pretty disappointed. So the first thing I've noticed is that there is again lag. The server lag is back, and so the best server for me to connect to is the East Asia server, and I've noticed that the lag is just huge, and so that has really kind of ruined my experience with this sim. It still has issues. I still had some issues with it. Performance-wise, it's pretty much the same. I haven't really noticed anything. So I don't really know what Asobo's doing, but whatever they're doing is not cutting it for me, I have to say. There we go. This is a really very majestic aircraft. The best 777 simulation thus far I have seen for flight simulation. Recently got the Fly JSIM 732 a challenge to fly compared to the NG for sure. Yes. I suppose that you're using it in X-Plane 11. Right, looking good here. Right, making sure everything is good. All right, so all is good here. Perfect. Mr. Valero, how are you doing today? In 12, the plane just goes up. Doesn't matter the trim you input, so AP doesn't work either. Really? I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Maybe. Oh, interesting. I've never seen an axis option for trim. Though, Shane, I highly recommend that you pick a button up, button down. One button that goes in opposite directions, I think, is much better. All right, who's calling us?
Listening.
Sir, the cabin is secure and safety briefing has been completed.
Oh, that's something that we should have listened to earlier, but that's okay. All right. All right, so 5,000 feet till our cruise altitude, 35,000, and everything is looking good. Clear the queue. All right. So what's coming up during the week is I have planned for you a flight aboard the Citation Jet by Torxim, and we're going to specifically fly the plane to take a look at the released version of the TDS Garmin GTN 750 for X-Plane 12. And we are going to be taking a look at the FlightFactor A350. Now, I know a lot of you guys have indicated that the FlightFactor A350 is a 10-year-old developed add-on. It has received very modest updates through the years for compatibility to X-Plane 11 and essentially X-Plane 12. So the plane is compatible today with X-Plane 12, and it works just as it would in X-Plane 10. And the reason that I wanted to take a look at the FlightFactor A350 for X-Plane 12 is two reasons. We have today the InniBuild aircraft, and without a doubt, it has received glowing reviews from many in the industry. I'm always very balanced in my providing you with my perspective. And I have highlighted the strong points of the add-on and the weak points. The weak points being it's very buggy, and it's got a lot of bugs that needs fixing and on release. And even after the first update, the aircraft is still not always very stable. And of course the flight model, which I don't really care what real-world pilots have said. Now, I haven't heard personally any real-world pilots saying that the flight model is spot on, but I've heard that real-world pilots have said that, ooh, the flight model is perfect, it's just like the real thing. And in my humble experience, I'll tell you, no, it's not. It's not. Whoever is saying that, needs to have their, pilot license revoked, grounded, and possibly prosecuted. Because that flight model is just not right. So, and the reason I wanted to stream the A350 by FlightFactor is to show that an add-on that has been developed 10 years ago has actually some very strong points to date. First of all, the simulation of systems in that aircraft is not bad, okay? It's not perfect. Not all the systems are simulated, and not all the systems are simulated accurately. So those systems that are simulated are not simulated accurately. That's one. But the modeling of the aircraft is actually very good, and the flight model is actually very good as well. So, and that's something, at least the aircraft feels, when the aircraft is heavy, you can feel that the aircraft is heavy. Now, forget about the wing flex in that aircraft because it's totally unrealistic. But when you fly in the A350 and the weight changes, you'll feel the difference as you pull on the stick. And while the A350 by FlightFactor is very nimble, so the implementation of the fly-by-wire in that A350 is done quite well, in my opinion. So yeah, the Inabuild's flight model is just broken in my view. The A350 is also still having a lot of WASP freezes. Yes, Dougal, it's I mean, the whole sim is just not in a very good state at this point. 2024 is even with sim update 1, it's just not there. One of the things I have noticed prior to the release of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024 is the amount of hype that preceded the release. And this is one thing that Microsoft is extremely, extremely good at, is how to market their products and how to build the hype for it. And for this reason, a lot of people have made the pre-purchase, and only to find that once once the sim was actually there, there were a ton of issues. A lot of people weren't able to fly. And the sim has gone through an iteration after iteration of changes and updates and fixes, and it's gotten to the stage where it's reasonably stable. Now 2024 has been the same thing exactly. The hype that was made was just off the charts. They really hyped up that sim. Only to the disappointment of many who've pre-purchased or purchased the sim on day one to find out how many issues were with that sim, including flight model, including stability, texturing, the streaming of data. And it's just very unfortunate that until this very day, after the release of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, all those issues are still pretty much there. They have subsided to an extent, but they are still pretty much there. A lot of people with a lot of opinions. The INI 350 and the Sim SU1 are working great. No problems at all, which is very strange. X-Plane has also become very mature, especially with the FlightFactor 777. Yes. I decided to hold off on the INI A350 and re-download the FlightFactor. The FF350 works great. I use the 8K liveries and FT Sim Sand Pack. Yeah. What's the best traffic plugin for X-Plane? That would be Traffic Global by Just Flight. Good afternoon, QA. Glad I can catch a live stream. Well, I'm very glad that you are with us here, my friend. Enjoy. Flying the Indibuild's A35 right now and descending. Pray for me my WASM stays intact during my arrival. Well, our hearts are with you, Joshua. Have fun, my friend. Safe flying. All right, we are at our cruise altitude, so we are going to just address our passengers here real quick. Let's go to the passenger channel and...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently cruising at our assigned altitude. The weather outside is acceptable and we should make our destination at just about the scheduled time. I hope you are enjoying your flight on this awesome FlightFactor aircraft.
Currently flying... Oh, you're flying from... Tokyo, from Los Angeles, from Tokyo to Los Angeles. Wow, that's a very long flight. DA-62. Yeah, that is a beautiful plane. Alrighty. 35,000. And if we take a quick look here at the progress, so let's click here and yeah, we are good here. We're still quite away from the top of descent. I have got to say that the flight factor is, in terms of the depth of simulation, in terms of the modeling, is only second to the Hot Star Challenger 650. This aircraft really is second in rank in terms of the realism and in terms of the fidelity of the simulation. And I highly recommend this aircraft with confidence. If you like the 777, I'll tell you, this aircraft is going to be one of your favorites for sure. And the nice thing about the way FlightFactor has developed this aircraft is they've made it, you know, they made the aircraft work for the beginner or the avid flight simmer. So you can actually go through every single test and detail and go to the amplified checklist and check everything just like you would in real life, or you can follow what I've done in this flight, where I've used the shortcuts that are available to me in order to you know, get the aircraft up in the air as quickly as possible. So by all means, this aircraft, I see this aircraft as one of the best, in fact, the best 777, and one of the best add-ons created for flight sim. Really an excellent aircraft in all departments. Here, let me do this view for you guys here real quick. There you can see the beautiful cockpit, and then the authenticity of the cockpit to the 777. Now, Ramses, the lead developer of the FlightFactor 777, is actually type rated on the 777. So he is actually a Boeing 777 pilot, and he has built this aircraft based on hours and hours spent in the real aircraft. And that explains, of course, the fidelity and the great attention to detail that's been put into this aircraft. Lovely, lovely engines, lovely details on the texturing of the wings, of the engines. Everything's just really done to a very, very high standard. Raul Rodriguez, good afternoon to you, my friend. Welcome. I didn't fall for the hype. Happy with 2020 and X-Plane 12. Well, good for you, Rocker. Yeah. Those wings are just beautiful. All right. So, what would you guys like me to fly next? Would you like a a flight aboard the Citation jet by TorqueSim or the A350 by FlightFactor. If you can let me know here in chat, I will consider your choice for the next flight. The FlightFactor A320 getting crusty in the Simmer's hangar. Yes, it is. It is, yeah. FlightFactor A350. All right. Citation would be my pick. Right, Stan. And Roy says the 350. Okay. Well, whatever you guys like. Are FlightFactor and Tolos doing an A350? Yes, they have announced this some time back. I have no clue as to the timeline. But yeah, they have announced that they're working. I believe it was in just before or after after the FS Expo that they've announced this. But I really am not sure where's that going. All right, Rand is for the Citation. Doug is for the Citation. That would be the Ultimate 350, yes, indeed. If that aircraft ever comes, I think we will have a serious contender to the Inibuild's A350. I don't think it's difficult to compete with that aircraft, with an aircraft from FlightFactor and Tolos together. Right, so far it looks like more of you would like to see the Citation. Alright, no worries. If you load the NE350, the best and proven way to avoid the Watson freezes are to set up the aircraft slowly, no fast button pushing. Well, Dougal, thanks for advice. That is, I mean, really, any builds have got to fix this. I mean, thanks for that. I'll try that because I had some freezing earlier today. I didn't really know why, and yeah, now that you mentioned this, I was actually kind of very quickly clicking on the buttons. So. Or just work on the FlightFactor 350. Hey, Dave!
Thank you for all the how-to videos. I never install something or modify some settings unless Q8 blesses it. The latest XP12 setup guide and lossless scaling was a game changer for me.
Well, Dave, thank you very much, sir, for your generosity. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for coming in with $20 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate that, Dave. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dave. Truly, truly appreciate the support, my friend. Thank you. It's hard to imagine how it's got past testing IMO. Yeah, Dougal. I mean... a lot of things are blowing me away these days with just the low quality of add-ons being released with so many issues, as if, you know, quality is not important anymore. The one company that I have found to be very particular about their quality is JustFlight. And by the way, the aircraft released by JustFlight are just excellent. I have been given early access to the Fokker 28. I originally purchased the aircraft, so the developers have given me early access to version 2, which brings in the highlight of it is amongst, of course, all the fixes and the beautiful visuals in that aircraft is the GSX integration and the UNS device. Which now supports Citizen Stars. So I haven't really... I've started testing the aircraft. It's got some issues, so there were a few builds that came out for it. So I need to update to the latest version. We are still under embargo, and the embargo releases this evening. So starting tomorrow, we'll be able to provide some coverage of the aircraft. So I might do that on Tuesday. and then followed by the X-plane, either the Citation or the A350, whichever one you guys decide on here. Just Flight 2, great work, and yeah, they are just really an excellent team of very professional. Their quality control is exceptional. When they release something, it's just almost error-free. Nothing that is, major, and things that probably the average flight simulator wouldn't even feel. And they are very attentive to their customers. They listen, and they're just a great company. Did you also have the privilege of the F-70-100? No, I don't think so. Just like great, they updated the Hawk T1 to version 2. It has improved a lot too. Yep, for sure. Q8, if you could have one released right now for X-plane FlightFactor 787, 910 final version, or the FlightFactor A359. Look, that is a trick question. I'll tell you why. Because if you know me, I'm a Boeing guy. So I'll always pick the Boeing 787 over the A350. So that would be my pick, yeah. Is the Farker for X-plane 12? No, it's for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Boeing Corp Mike from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome aboard. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Hello Q8. Happy Friday.
Well, happy Friday to you, Benny, a member for 39 months. Benny, thank you very much for the support, my friend. I appreciate it. If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. That's right. Thank you very much for all the support from all of you guys. Really appreciate it. All right, let's take a quick look here at our flight. And if we look down here, let's see where we are. Let's go to the progress page. There's nothing there still. We go to 80, 160. All right, that's the top of descent right there. So we're still quite a way from the top of descent point. And let's put this back on legs. Page, we are currently in cruise and looking good. Okay. Even without auto ortho, at this altitude, X-plane looks pretty good. Those engine sounds are just amazing. This 777 is magnificent. Yes, it is. The only thing I've never liked about Boeing is who and the name of whatever chose the brown cockpit color. That is funny, Dougal. Yeah, they could have done with maybe a nicer color, that's for sure. Already had the PMDG one, but also got this one. If XPL12 could get ortho greens to a little greener, that would be awesome. Yeah, that's true. But here, I mean, if you look here, if you look down here now, at this altitude, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this still looks very convincing, very believable. You know that these are probably buildings and these are probably some green areas. So overall, it's not that bad at this altitude, and that's why X-plane is just excellent for IFR flights. From flight level 40, it looks fine. I mean, we are at 35,000 feet now, and it looks just fine, to be honest. Flight for Fun channel, how are you today from Belarus? Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us this evening. I need to leave early, but just wanted to jump on and show my appreciation for all you have done and continue to do. Spend the $20 wisely, my friend. Dave, thank you very much, my friend, for your support, for your kind words, and for your friendship. I appreciate it very much. Please take care, and we'll see you next time. It is a short flight, yes. Very, very nice detailing. There you can see the wipers there as well. Just really very nice. All right, we can drink our coffee here. I'm kind of craving coffee right now. We forgot our clock. Okay. Let's put the terrain on this side. So you've got the terrain radar working. I'm not sure, by the way, if the weather radar is working. We do have it on, but I don't think that it works at this point in time. QA Traffic Global are currently using it, and if so, how are you getting such smooth FPS? Well, Benjamin, first of all, I do have a very capable machine, so that's one. I've done the Explain Settings Guide, which I explain every little setting, all my NVIDIA control panel settings. I even included all the tweaks that I've done to my PC. So the device manager, everything. So if you really want your, improve your Explain experience, I highly recommend that you see, that you watch my most recent video on Explain 12 settings, performance boost for 2025. That said, Traffic Global specifically, if you go to Traffic Global here and you go to the settings, you'll see here a slider. This is traffic density. So I have this set even below the midpoint, okay, and then the GA graphic density is here, and then I have, dynamic density effects and what have you. We should actually, yeah, that one is already there, and SAM integration. So these are the settings that I have for Traffic Global. Traffic Global is actually the actual schedules that are injected into the sim are quite old now. But who cares, as long as you have realistic liveries at the airports where you fly in, it does create that immersion for you. So, and it's got 1,405 models, over 40,000 routes, over 580 active aircraft right now, at over 31,000 airports, 20,000 of which are usable. So it's got some really nice features there that can help you set up can help you tweak the settings so that your frames don't suffer. We can also go from Traffic Global for the radar. So here, from the Traffic Global radar, you can actually take a look at all the aircraft in the vicinity, and you can actually click on them and go to them. I'm not going to do that because I don't know how it will affect the 777. And I just don't want to create any issues with it. But you can change, whether you want to see the parked aircraft, you want to see aircraft taxiing, info on hover, so I can hover here and get the info of the aircraft on this side, as you can see. So Very, very nice tool. And also I think it's got the flight schedule. So there you go. We are currently flying here, so you don't really have anything right here. So we can do arrivals, you can do all flights, scheduled flights. So now you have a private flight at this particular airport, and it gives you all the information about the schedule. The schedules will not change. Those are pretty much loaded the first time you install it, but it's pretty cool. Hello, sim friends and Q8 pilot. Warmest greetings from Thailand. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. I'm an aerospace engineer, and I've been watching your stream since some weeks. Thank you for your great content. Well, thank you, sir, for your support and your kind words. I appreciate it. And welcome. I've never seen a return on the WS display. Yeah, I don't think it is simulated. I just don't think it's there yet. All right, let's go to progress page. All right, now we can see the top of descent in 159 nautical miles. Excellent. I'm going to come down here to init, and we are going to put in 30, and for the speed brakes, beg your pardon, we're going to add, so 132, 132, and we'll add that there. And then we're going to go to the approach plate for runway 11 approach and runway 11. There we go. And let's see here. So the D is 200. So let's set 200. 200 is already set, so we're good there. And we should begin the descent shortly into Austria. Every time I watch you, I spend more money. Yeah. I reckon, Doug, you're contemplating getting Traffic Global now. Such a really well-developed aircraft, the 777 by FlightFactor. You know, one of the longtime developers that I really like as well. They haven't really released a lot of aircraft, but the ones they have released are really top-notch general aviation aircraft. FlightAir. FlightAir is an excellent company. They're a very small team, but they develop excellent general aviation aircraft for X-plane and specifically the Pipers. They've developed a number of Pipers for X-plane over the years. Another aircraft that I feel is a little bit underrated is the Kalimata Concorde. The Kalimata Concorde is actually an excellent aircraft with a lot of depth, and it's got its own custom INS navigational system. It makes for really an excellent and enjoyable Concorde experience in Microsoft in X-Plane 12. I feel that it is better than the DC designs, I believe, Concorde for Microsoft Flight Sim. The fidelity of the simulation is better in the Kalimata Concorde, in my view. I'm learning the SIVA INS now, and it's been fun. The SIVA INS is just really a great system to learn, just to kind of understand how things worked back in the day. I agree, I love FlightAir G aircraft. Yeah, they are very, very well done. Very well done. Hey, Delta Who, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here with us this evening. Looks like it's going to be a clear weather into Vienna. Let's take a quick look at the weather. Let's see here. Vienna weather So we've got 159 knot wind, climate and visibility okay, temperature is 12, QNH 1017, no significant change in the next couple of hours. Visibility is great, so it should be a straightforward arrival. Let's go to our plan here. Let me bring this up so you guys can follow along with me. And we're going to go to the legs page and we're going to step through. That's the top of descent, and that's the it's going to be straight in approach into the runway. Now, one thing I've noticed is that when you go to, I'm going to step one more. So, where is our, let me go back here. Arrival. Alright, it's the ILS 11. So RW11. So if I go to the fix page and I add RW11, what do you call it? I'm not sure what. You know what? I'm gonna put the fix right before. Maybe it's just 11. Yeah, look, it doesn't have even the RW11. So maybe if I go to the fix here and I put 11, maybe that'll work. Huh. It did work. Alright, what's the approach course? 111. Right, so 111. And we'll say 10. No, 111. And 10. There we go. Now we should be able to see a ring. There we go. Yeah, in the earlier flights, that ring for some reason did not show up. At least now we have a situational awareness of where we're flying. Okay, very good. Let's bring this back to the map, and we are going to come back to the legs page. A quick check: 112 nautical miles, and the platform altitude for the flight today is, I believe, 5,000. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Hello, the sun and the night. Welcome aboard. Let me breathe. I have the Tolos 330 Neo, and I love it. The FlightFactor 777 is my second favorite now. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess you are a you're an Airbus guy. I have been fun with the X-Hanger AEA Explorer 750. It's a fun to fly GA style aircraft. Yeah, it is definitely very good. I'm doing very well, Delta Who. Thank you very much again for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll get the 330-900 when it's on sale. It's on my to-buy list. I'm actually a Boeing guy. Are you? Wow. Tolos make excellent aircraft for X-Plane, without a doubt. They're just amazing team. And the Airbuses they've released are all excellent for X-Plane. 12, the A319, the A320 Neo, the A321, the A340, and the A330. That's a big fleet of Airbuses, so having the A350, I think, is going to complete that fleet. Look at this view, guys. I mean, with those clouds, it's actually looking very, very good. All right, if we look here, and we're going to go to the progress page, we are at 93 now, so we are pretty much, you know, closer now to our destination. We're maybe 20 minutes or so away. And I can't really wait now for the next iteration of X-Plane, X-Plane 12.2.0, which Laminar promises that will have some significant updates to the sim. So I'm quite curious to know what will the new version of X-Plane bring. And will we have an X-Plane 13 very soon? I don't know. But definitely very excited about the future of X-Plane. The sim has been very stable, and they have been addressing a lot of the issues where I think the experience now in X-Plane is much, much better, in my view, than Flight Sim 2024. Very stable sim, you know, great quality add-ons, a great community that supports it. So, yeah, definitely worth it. It's worth the investment for sure. Q8, do you think there will be a version 2 of the A350 for X-Plane? Well, what I do know, my friend, is that Tolis and FlightFactor are collaborating on the development of a brand new A350. So I don't think there will be a version 2 of the current FlightFactor aircraft, but I think there is a brand new one that's going to probably be built from the ground up. I love the customizability of X-Plane compared to MSFS. That's what separates them for me. Joshua, that's a very, very strong point that you bring forward, and I do agree with you that the versatility of X-Plane and how open it is for customizations and for development, it really sets the sim apart. That is definitely a very strong point. You can synchronize the two PFDs, the minimum and the pressure, with two hidden buttons. Yeah, someone I think had told me this before. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. I'm not sure which buttons they are, though. I know there are a lot of hidden buttons in the 777, but we can always, you know, set things here. And I think from the EFB also you can select that. So, but we have everything synced right now, so we're good. That's us, by the way. Check it out. What a beautiful looking aircraft. Hello, Peter. Welcome aboard. What do you think about X-Enviro for X-Plane 12? Peter, X-Enviro, when it first came out, it was an excellent product. Unfortunately, today, is just performance-wise doesn't perform very well. It ruins the night lighting in X-Plane. Just not a very, how should I put it? It's pretty stable. It's pretty stable, but it for the price of the add-on, I don't think the price is justified anymore, because I think that considering how long it's been out there, it should by today it should be optimized, and it should be like the best cloud software. And if you look over at all the weather add-ons that came out for X-Plane specifically, the most successful to date has been Active Sky. Everything else hasn't really stood the test of time, and hasn't stood the test of the continuous updates and the development of the sim. So at this point in time, I do not recommend X-Enviro, and that is my honest opinion. Hi Sam, thanks for the great videos, as always, very intuitive. Very thankful for someone who takes the time to produce them. Thank you again, brother. Well, Spencer, thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. I really appreciate it. You just made my day, Spencer. Thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. Is it a default engine sound? No, this is the Pratt Whitney engine expansion for the FlightFactor 777. I do not use Visual XP. Visual XP is not bad. It does take the sim to a different level in terms of the visuals, but my honest opinion, guys, X-Plane 12, the most recent version of X-Plane 12, I don't feel that we need Visual XP anymore. I don't think that you need any visual enhancement for the sim. I think the colors, the brightness, the saturation, I think all of that, they've got it, they've got it right. So I don't think you need anything else to add to the sim. So I'm quite happy with whatever I see today without Visual XP. I got was just perfect for X-Plane 11. That's right, MC Crewfish, and welcome. Is there a release date for the RR engine and the 777F? Unfortunately, no. Sim Crash Flyer. And by the way, Sim Crash Flyer, thank you very much for your excellent screenshots over my Discord channel. I really, really enjoy your the screenshots that you put out there. They're very, very nice. Yeah, good job there. I got MSFS 2024 for with Game Pass. Ah, okay. So after playing with it for a day, it feels very arcadey. It does. What does Active Sky provide versus default weather? Well, it provides more accurate METAR data, and it also injects the weather in a much better way, thus making the clouds look a little more realistic, in my view. Of course, its handling of turbulence, wind shear, all of that stuff is done very, very well. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Delta Who, just wait till you see 12.2. Oh, I can't wait, Delta Who. By the way, guys, Delta Who is one of the most respected gentlemen in our community. He is the moderator of the X-Plane official Discord channel, and he's a fine gentleman, a very helpful guy, and I really want to thank you for all your contributions, Delta Who, to the flight sim community, and particularly to the X-Plane community. You really make a huge difference, and I thank you for that. The buttons are located in the left and right upper corner where the minimum and pressure controls are located. Let's see. Is it right here? Maybe. It looks like there is some hidden thing here. So maybe that is it. Hey, Alex. Welcome aboard, my friend. Next major exploit will bring new lighting. Aha. Okay. Well, the lighting is still pretty cool. I'm from Brazil, and I love how do you speak English, like how you pronounce words, etc. Well, thanks for that, Peter. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Have you tested the latest version of XEnviro? I have, Alex, yes. I've downloaded it, and I tried it a little bit, and just, you know, it doesn't really work for me. To be honest, I should be the one thanking you. Your videos are a countless source of inspiration and wisdom to the community. Oh, thank you very much, Delta Who. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you. All right, FMC message. I think it wants us to reset reset MCP altitude. So let's set this to 5,000 feet. We are close now to top of descent. So there we go. That's 5,000. And we should begin the automatic descent shortly into Vienna. We are going to set the auto brakes to 2, and we can arm the speed brakes a little later, and we can now go for the descent checklist. All right, let's go ahead and click here for the checklist. There
After
we go.
takeoff checklist.
No.
Checklist complete.
Okay.
Descent checklist.
Recall. Check.
Check.
Checked.
Notes. Check.
Checked.
Auto brake.
Set.
Landing data.
Set.
Approach briefing. Completed.
Completed.
Checklist complete.
All right, and the descent checklist is complete, and we will begin the descent in just a few minutes now. If we look down here, progress 5 nautical miles for top of descent, and we will begin the descent to Vienna. All right, perfect. The modeling of this aircraft is just phenomenal. By the way, there's one thing I wanted to check out. So profile, if I go here, it looks like I have I have something
Good
here.
afternoon, Q. Any help with auto fly?
Hey there, Ja. A member for 45 months. Ja, thank you very much for your support, my friend. Welcome, Arctic Wilderness Aviator. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it, my friend. Any help with Auto Ortho? I can definitely help you with Auto Ortho. I'm not sure what your problem is, but Ja, if you can message me over at Discord, at the Discord channel, you can send a direct message if you want. You can DM me on Discord, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you very much, Alex, for your kind words. I appreciate it, my friend. Very kind of you. And thank you for your support. You, Rand, Stan, Trishal, Carl, all of you guys have been really instrumental to the success of the channel. And you all are very, very dear friends to me. Thank you very much for everything that you've done for me and for the channel. I appreciate it, Alex. Do you know what the difference between Auto Ortho and map enhancement? Well, essentially they do the same thing. Map enhancement brings, in my opinion, brings better textures. So they both bring satellite imagery to X-Plane, and they stream it in real time as you fly. I find map enhancement to be a little bit more, it's closer to what you would see in Microsoft Flight Sim. Auto Ortho is very good, less demanding than on resources than map enhancement, but then you'll get, you know, some patches that are blank, some black patches and things like that. So it's not always reliable, but they work very, very well. For being free, I think they both work very well. Next year, March, Q8, meetup in EHLE at MS Weekend. I hope I can make it, Alex. So I assume you use map enhancement. Thank you so much for your answer. No, I do not use map enhancement. I've used both. Currently, in this specific stream, I'm not using anything. We're using default X-Plane, but I use Auto Ortho for the most part. Thank you very much, Rand. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. You guys are making me blush now. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. All right. We're going to switch this back to 40 nautical miles as we begin the descent here to Vienna. And the weather is quite nice. Very surprising. The weather here in Kuwait has been dreadful. The last 3 days, continuous rain, very, very cold temperature. Today, in fact, we had non-stop rain since the morning, since early morning. I'm not sure if it's raining now. Maybe it stopped. I hope it did, so I can have my daily walk to Starbucks and get my coffee. But yeah, it's been a pretty bad weather. Thank you, Q8. You're always open to questions, which is amazing. Well, Lucas, it is my absolute pleasure to answer your questions, and I do apologize if I miss some of the questions sometimes. I know that I'm not always, up to speed with the chat, but I'd like to help where I can. Are there any plans for a stream with Marco to talk about the X-Craft Aegis 2.0 based on the change log? It looks awesome. Yes. In fact, Spencer, the last stream where I did the lineage, we were supposed to have Marco with us. He was actually ready to come and speak to you guys. Unfortunately, I had a problem with my Discord audio, which is now resolved. He was expecting a baby, so I think he's probably now busy with his baby. But as soon as he's able, it definitely would be my complete privilege to have Marco come and address the community and tell you a little bit about X-Craft and the future of the X-Craft and the project and what he's got in store as well. Marco is a very genuine guy. He's very dedicated, very committed. He's very talented as well, and he's a gem of a person. I consider Marco a friend. We've had a lot of chats, informal chats together. So we talk about a lot of different things, like personal life and things like that. So we've grew to become good friends, and I constantly remind him that no matter how good our friendship is, that I'll always speak my mind when it comes to reviewing the aircraft. So he always laughs and he says, by all means, he's been very open to feedback. I've given him a lot of feedback of before the release of the X-Craft, and he graciously put in a thank you note in the release newsletter. So the X-Craft E-Jets has been through many transformational journeys. The evolution of this aircraft over from its early days to what it has become today, I think is amazing. And while the company is a very small company and surviving on very limited resources, I believe that his commitment, his unwavering commitment to X-Craft, to the jet family, and to X-Plane has been really commendable. So I really like X-Craft, and I think the add-on is an excellent rendition of the E-Jet. By the way, the aircraft was developed with the help of real-world pilots, so you can expect very high fidelity simulation of the E-Jets. Hopefully E2 jets by Marco. Any IXG stream upcoming? Benny, if you guys like that, definitely. I'm more than happy to do that. Let's bring up some lights, guys. Things are kind of getting dark here. So we're going to bring up the lights. And let's see, some lights there. All right, nice. All right. All right, perfect. Oh, this is a really nice view. Those sounds are just so nice. What I'll do, Benny, is I will put it in the poll. And the last time I put in the IXCG, it didn't really get that much traction. So you guys wanted to see something else, which is understood, of course. How do you get the wear texture effect on top of the glare shield? Everything there is the livery and the FlightFactor haven't really done anything. So that's how it comes. What do you get from Starbucks Q8? I like Americano. I like Americano, no sugar, no milk, nothing. It's just black coffee. That's what I normally get. Are you using the shadow smoothness mod in the settings in Cockpit to avoid the terrible shadows in the original settings? I don't know if I'm using that, but we can check it out together. If you tell me where it is, let's go here. So menu, I do have this shadow on the setting, X-plane settings at maximum, but let's see here. So where is it? Is it under simulation? Effects? Let's see, automatic window blinds. Let's see here, pilot moves. Gray out on low saturation. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Okay, are you using? No, we're not using lossless scaling in this flight. No. What do you think about the 738 MAX on MSFS? I do not remember seeing you stream it. That's correct. I haven't. That's because I do not have it. I tried to purchase the aircraft, but apparently it's not available for 2024 yet. All right, let's go here. Let's go to weather 1017. Okay, 1017 is set. And let's go to the first officer's side and set 1017. There we go. Excellent. Look at the beautiful lighting inside the cockpit here. Very, very nice indeed. That is a very nice scene as well. Beautiful, beautiful approach into Vienna. Very nice clouds, lovely sky colors. X-plane is looking fantastic. Have you voted in the replay poll on the forums? Replay poll? No, I haven't, Skylar. Sorry. Alex doesn't like Americano. Alex, you'd probably go for something a little, a little more sophisticated, don't you? Yeah. The ugly 737 MAX is very nice. Right, but not for 2024. That's right. Hey, Carl, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Black coffee is the way to go. That's what I like. Yeah, to me, to enjoy coffee, you have got to have it black, if you want to really enjoy the taste of coffee. Once you add stuff to it, then it becomes a drink that has coffee, but it's not coffee anymore. All right, 10,000 feet, landing lights coming on. And let's see here. We are going to arm the speed brakes. Come on. All right, there we go. Speed brakes are armed. We're looking good. Speed is dropping now as we fly below 10,000 feet. We can see the ring here around the airport, about runway 11, which is our arrival runway. So we're getting down to 240 knots here. Almost there now, folks. Basically, FF is trying to code in the replay behavior, but they need feedback on whether they should animate everything and for how long. Seems like an important one. I haven't seen the link to it, but I'll look for it and I will vote for sure. To add just the littlest amount of sugar to coffee takes away the bitter edge and makes you taste the other flavors so much better. Well, Alex, yeah, I guess it's you know, it's a very relative thing. So yeah, I like it bitter. Yeah. But good coffee isn't bitter. That's true. It's not bitter. Yeah. You know, sometimes one of the things I really enjoy being, you know, with you guys here in chat, and I enjoy talking to you. And sometimes I wish I can actually have coffee with you guys, so actually we can see each other and we can have coffee together. That would be really nice. All right, we are at 8,000. We're almost there now, folks. And let me... right, there we go. Excellent. We are about 2,500 meters above the ground, or 8,000 feet. We are looking good. I love the wing flex. There's the wing flex and there's the engine flex as well, which is pretty cool. I'm about to wrap up a 14-hour flight from Sydney to Dubai. Wow, that is a long flight. Okay, and you see that little flex there? That is just so cool. So very well done by FlightFactor. I mean, if you look here at this particular scene here, yeah, this is not satellite imagery, but it looks very nice, I have to say. X-plane is starting to look really, really good, without a doubt. All right, we're almost there now, folks. As you can see, we have the 10 nautical mile ring in front of us. Let's go here to 20 nautical miles. We are just a few hundred feet from the platform altitude, 5,000 feet. And that's the airport to our left. Right, speed is now decreasing to 170 knots. Right, now we can have better visibility there. Cockpit is looking really, really cool.
Stand panel light control.
All right, there we go. Excellent. 5,000 feet, that's the platform altitude, and let's go ahead and go to flaps 5. Right, flaps 5 selected. There we go, that's the runway. Let's go to 10 nautical miles. And here is the turn. Approach. All right, and speed check. We are going to go to flaps 15. Looking good. Speed down to 146. 132 is our speed. 132. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Very, very nice approach into Vienna runway 11. Man, this is a beautiful view here. Right, looking good. All right, and flaps 20. Let's go to our approach speed, 132 knots. Right, let's go ahead and select gear down. Flaps 30. You have got to love X-Plane. Just beautiful, guys. Just beautiful. Listen to those engine sounds, guys. Wow. All right, let's not get carried away with those views. We're almost there now, and this is a spectacular approach into runway 11 at Vienna. The sky colors, the overall ambience of the sim is just amazing. VNAV, LNAV works really, really well. now in with this FlightFactor 777. I think they've done a good job, and the recent fixes have really brought the LNAV and VNAV to a very refined state, I must say. Right, land 3. All right. At this point, we are going to bring the throttles back here. All right, and I'm going to disconnect the auto throttle. Let's make sure I have control of the throttles.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. Autopilot disengaged. My aircraft. Flight director is off.
$500. $400. $300. $200.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverse. Ladies and gents, welcome to Vienna. 80 knots, manual braking. All right. All right, let's take a look at the replay, and then we will do the cleanup and retract our flaps. Thank you very much, guys. Glad you enjoyed that landing.
Flight slow.
All right, here we go. Check out the engine sounds. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? All right, let's do it one more time. Look at that, guys. Wow. I have to say, that was very, very cool. All right, let's do one wing view here. We'll do it the other side. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, so for some reason, if you do a replay, the engines will just kind of. All right, let's see if we can. Yeah, at least we'll do another replay. Because yeah, I figured today what has happened is after the replay, the engines just go on fire for some reason. So yeah, we'll just enjoy another one here. And yeah, I want to thank you very much, guys, for being here this evening with me. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the interaction with all of you guys, and I want to thank you for being here. I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, hopefully. But until then, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And bye-bye for now.